So I'm at a point now where I pretty much done shot all of my Glock clones. And I think it's time to do another all-around review of every single one. I just want to pull them out one by one and just talk a little bit about him, what I like about him, what I don't really like about him. A disclaimer is that this is all personal opinion. And I will say, before I start, each and every one of these frames and every one of these clones is an improvement over Glock. So no matter which one you actually pick up, you still won't be winning over Glock for real, for real. But yeah, I just want to go through each one and let y'all know what I think, man. But y'all know this is the holy grail right here. This is my Glock 45. This is my first Glock. And we already know where Glock is lacking. You know, we don't get no grip texture with Glock. We get no undercut. We get no integrated beaver tail. We get no thumb ledge on there. But at the end of the day, this gun still shoot beautifully. And it still feels so good in the hand every time I pick it up. I can't leave it alone. Don't get me wrong. When I shoot it next to some of the clones, I can see where it's lacking. But at the same time, you still got to love Glock at the end of the day. Just for what they brought to the game. The reliability, their track record, and all that. And I like the recoil impulse on the Glocks for real. I like how it feel when I'm shooting it. It don't feel heavy, snappy. It feel nice and smooth, man. So there we go with the Glock. I don't know where we're gonna go next with it though. I don't know where we're gonna go next with it. Let's just go an improvement over Glock would be this right here. This is the Nomad 9X. And I'll throw a link in the description to a couple videos I got on each of these frames. So if y'all want more details, then y'all could look in the description. But yeah, this is my Nomad 9X. This has been reliable. I haven't had no problems out of this. Even running Gen 3 slides on here. Right now I have a Gen 3 slide on here. But I did find out that you're not supposed to run Gen 3 on these frames. Really, you're only supposed to run Gen 4 and 5. You can get away with running Gen 3, but you might run into some issues. I have a video on that actually, and I'll leave that in the description as well if y'all want to see that. But yeah, man, the Nomad 9X, this goes crazy. What they did different over Glock for real, they thinned it out right here. They changed the grip angle so it wasn't so aggressive. You got more of a M&P grip angle, closer to a 1911, but like more like M&P. It definitely feel a little thinner right here. Y'all see they put the integrated beaver tail in there. You got a Gen 4 mag release, just beautiful. And we are clear, it ain't nothing in there. They did the undercut nice. You get real high up on here. And one thing I love about the Nomad frame for real, they gave us the grip. They put it all the way up, just how we need. They put the grip texture all the way up. Thumb ledge going crazy. Y'all see that thumb ledge? It got that curve to it. You got no choice but to get locked in when you hold this frame. That's why I love the Nomad frame, man. And my Gideon cut off. Hold on. There it go. Yeah, man, I found out about these Gideon optics, and I'm not throwing no shade, but they say after 12 hours, it goes into a deep sleep mode where you can't shake it back awake. You gotta press the button to wake it up. And I guess that's just a feature with them, because with all of my Hollow Suns, bro, all of my Sileys, I never had that feature. Like, it was always just regular shake wake. Whenever I picked that up, it was coming on. But with the Gideon, after that 12 hours, it's going to sleep. So really considering Gideon for an EDC optic, I don't know, y'all. I probably wouldn't EDC it, but for range time, for sure, it's a good optic. But yeah, man, it's the Nomad 9X. A good improvement. Let's keep moving though, because we got a lot to go. Next up, good old reliable P80, man. This is my P80 Glock 19. And what can I say about the P80, bro? P80s just, they was probably one of the first ones to copy the Gen 3 patent, you know what I'm saying? To do their own frame for the Glock 19. That's probably one of the first. And they still, in my opinion, one of the best, man. They didn't give us they didn't do too much, but they did just enough. They muted that grip angle. So every time you point this, and literally every time you point this, especially if you're used to shooting Glock, you're gonna find that dot every time you present. When I shoot my P80, it's more natural. It most definitely is. But that's a small difference. You know what I'm saying? That's a small difference. It ain't nothing to find your dot every time when you pick up your Glock. It's just all a matter of training, for real. As long as you're training, you're gonna be straight. But this is a little bit more user-friendly. They gave us this bomb grip texture. Damn, I'm stuttering, but they gave us this bomb grip texture. This texture is probably the best, one of the best in the game, for real. I love the P80 grip texture. It's not too aggressive, but it's definitely aggressive enough, most definitely. Like I say, she point natural. And yeah, especially when you get a mag well on her, it's a game changer. Undercut they did. Pretty much every frame I'm gonna show y'all, they damn near all have the same features, damn near. That's why I say each one is an improvement over Glock. The P80 is no exception. It's an improvement. Y'all see they got the little gas pedal right there cut out. It's no texture on it, but it's still there so your finger could get that muscle memory. So you're going to feel for it every time. So you know when you locked in properly, you hear me? So the P80 is definitely a dub. This is a cop. I just put this one together. I don't have a whole bunch of rounds through this one, but my other one I put over 250, 300 rounds through it, and it ran flawless. So I got nothing but good things to say about the P80, man. The P80 go crazy. All right, let's keep moving. Okay, so let's go to a frame that I didn't really like that, for real. And that is the SCT frames. This is the SCT Glock 19. This is kind of like the Strike 80, for real. This is like 100% version of the Strike 80, really. That's basically what it is. I don't know if those companies is different companies, or if they a joint company, or if they just was working together when they came out with this frame. But yeah, this is the SCT 19. Now, when I first seen this, I ain't gonna cap, this is one of the sexiest Glock frames on the market. This is one of the sexiest. But that's about where it ended for me, for real. It's just too much I had to do to this frame to make it how I wanted it, for real. First of all, if you look on the front and the back, I had to stick some grip tape on there because it actually got like ridges, not ridges, but like straight lines, boom, 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 on the front and on the back. I'm not a fan of that. That don't really keep me locked in how I really like. I can feel because they're horizontal lines, I can feel my hand like shifting horizontally once I get a little sweaty, you hear me? So that's one thing I didn't like about this frame. I had to stick some grip tape. And then another thing I didn't like about this frame, bro, you see right here on this edge, going along right here, I actually took a Dremel and I had to file that down because these little grip panels, as you can see right here, see how it raises up a little bit? It was sharp. There was a sharp edge right here on both sides. So I had to file that down just so when I choke that thing, it feel nice and rounded and don't feel too sharp. It was sharp right there. I didn't like that then. This frame gave me slide bite. This, even before the slide bite, the little beaver tail on here is kind of sharp on this edge. And how I shoot, I like a thumb high grip, you know? I like a thumb high grip, and that was stabbing me. Plus, I was getting slide bite with this frame. But these is all personal issues, for real. I can pick this frame up out of the box and just run it and really have no problems, but that's just little minor things. I'm really just nitpicking at this point. But this is a really good frame too. Really good grip texture. They give us grip texture up here, so you locked in. The thumb ledge is crazy on this frame, bro. You locked in when you got this. This is another good option. Oh, and I talked about price, but these is not really expensive like that. You can pick these up under 100 bones. Just for the frame, I think for the frame with a lower parts kit, you could pick this up for under 100 bones. So this is good value for your money, man, and definitely an improvement over a Glock 19, for real, for real. I gotta go back to the G19 P80 real quick. The P80s, you can pick these up for, well, right now, actually, I'm not gonna cap. When I got mine, I found it on sale for a little over $1 bill. And it came with the lower parts kit in the frame, 100% already complete. But I know P80 was going through some type of legal situation, and it's been kind of hard to find the P80s recently, so I couldn't tell y'all really where to find these right now. I'm glad I got mine when I did, for real. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be back on the market soon. And if they is on the market anywhere that y'all know of, let me know. Let them know in the comments. Because people been asking me about the P80s, and honestly, I don't know where to find them right now. But yeah, these really ain't that expensive. This is a good value for your money for sure. The Nomad, this is probably one of the most expensive Glock frames because this is a Gen 4, Gen 5. But you can pick up this frame stripped for like 160 bones. Out the door after tax and shipping, you're probably gonna be a little bit closer to 200 bones, but definitely worth every penny, in my opinion. Keep moving, keep moving. This next one, I love, man. And that's the PSA Dagger, bro. The PSA Dagger. Go crazy. What I love so much about this frame is just how comfortable it is in the hand. When you pick this thing up, it's like it was just made for your hand. Super comfortable. The grip texture on this thing is enough. It's definitely enough. It's not too aggressive at all. You don't really feel it bite you back. But I like that because it's so subtle that it makes the shooting experience just comfortable. It's comfortable. You locked in when you got this frame. And they really gave us all the features that all the other ones have, minus the gas pedal. That's the only thing the P80 really don't give you, is a gas pedal. So I just stuck a little handle of grip on there. And it's Gucci. The undercut that they do on here, they don't do a double undercut. But for me, I don't really trip on that. I don't need a double undercut. The single is enough for me. The beaver tail mixed with this little lip right here makes it to where you don't gotta really buy no mag wells for this, really. The little lip is gonna suck your hand right up. No diddy. But it's gonna push your hand right up where it needs to be, and you locked in, bro. And you really locked in with this frame. I love the Dagger, bro. And I think I like the compact more than I like the full size, which is crazy because I like full size guns, really. But for this frame, I definitely like the compact more, just cause how that pinky, that lip, just get me right locked in, just how I need to be. She going crazy. I love this, but let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Oh, this is probably the most value you can get too when it comes to all of these frames. This is bang for your buck. This is gonna be the most value for your money. These you can pick up for $50 with a lower parts kit already in it. That's why I love the Dagger too, man. The value for your money just go crazy. But yeah, man, that's the Dagger. That's the Dagger. That's definitely a cop. Definitely a cop. Next up, we can go to, this is the Glock 43X version of the big brother, which is the SCT-19. So this is the 43X version. Now this didn't need no modification. I ran this and I loved it, bro. I don't know what it is. It gotta be the size or something, but they damn near exactly the same. Like I said, I don't like these, but on this frame, it don't matter because the 43X is such a slim gun that if you got at least medium-sized hands, you already swallowing that frame. When you pick it up, you already swallowing that frame. So you already locked in for real. So I really love this frame right here, for real, for real. And like I said, all the same features that all these other ones give us, man. And it's just a beautiful thing. This frame right here, I love this. I can't wait to finish this build right here. I just ran this with my Glock 48 slide with my Hollow Sun on top. And man, it just ran. Now, I know some of the parts in this are not OEM, and I can tell because when I was shooting, it was a little like hesitation in the trigger on the reset. I felt a little something. And like as soon as I hit the wall, I felt a little something. So I'm gonna have to change these internals out, or at least the internals that's not OEM, just to make it a little bit smoother. But this SCT-43SC, that's what it's called. This goes crazy. If you got a Glock 48 or 43X and you wanna upgrade before you stipple your frame, just pick this up, bro. I'm telling you. This is definitely a cop. And these is going for, I think these is with the lower parts kit, I think these is going for 100 bones. So that's not bad at all. With a lower parts kit, not bad at all. I'll definitely cop this again. Can't wait to finish building this one. But yeah, while we on the slimline game, let's go to, this is the PSA Micro Dagger. This is the Micro Dagger, man. And just like I said about the SCT, man, this is an improvement over the Glock 43X 48 frame. And you can't go wrong with this one either. This is just like the big brother, the Dagger C, and the full-size Dagger, just comfortable in your hand. It just adds so much comfort to your shooting experience. And I like that because the comfort gives you confidence. So that's why I like the Dagger so much, bro. But this, I haven't put too many rounds through this to say that it's reliable, but it's a whole bunch of videos of people shooting these, torture testing them, the Micro Daggers, man. So if y'all really want to check on the reliability, just watch them videos, bro. But I'll tell y'all just off of my first shooting impressions, because I only took this out once, I'll tell y'all that this is a cop for real. I love how comfortable it is. They give you a little memory pad. It's not a ledge, but it's definitely textured. The trigger on here is not bad. Actually, the trigger actually feels good. I would just change the trigger shoe on here for real. But as far as the break and how it feels, reset, this is a good Glock trigger. I actually like this trigger more than my stock 43X trigger. But yeah, that's the Micro Dagger, man. Going crazy. Oh, and I didn't even notice they put grip texture under the trigger guard too. But yeah, man, that's the Micro, going crazy. Next up, we got my latest frame to the Glock clone family, and that is the Grips Glock 19. Now, I ran this already with another slide on it, but I think I'm gonna end up finishing it with this lid-free armory slide that I had just sitting around. So I'm just gonna keep her like this until I get everything done. But the Grips frame, man, this is a really nice frame. This is, I wanna say, a game changer, but all these other frames that came before it was already giving us so many good features. Now, I'm not saying they didn't innovate or nothing. This is a really good frame. When I first got it, I wasn't wild. Before shooting it, I wasn't wild for real. But after I took it out and shot it, I was like, whoa. Just the grip texture on here was so crazy. And the look of it is so sexy. I love how they did the stippling on here. It looks custom. But when I took this to the range, bro, I was locked in. See the thumb ledge on there? Crazy. I was so locked in. This gun wasn't going nowhere. So, like, when it comes to muzzle flip, I probably had the least or less, however you said, muzzle flip with this frame over all of my guns. This probably has the least muzzle flip just because of how they did this. The undercut is crazy. Integrated beaver tail with that texture going all the way up. The beaver tail, crazy. It's just crazy. Then the thumb ledge is perfect. And even times when I wasn't using the thumb ledge, when my thumbs was up here, I was so locked in, that gun was not flipping. It was just going straight back. Like, man, crazy, crazy, crazy. I still got to put more rounds through this to tell y'all that it's reliable. But it's a lot of videos on the grips too. And I've heard people people have told me that they ran hundreds, and I think somebody told me 1,000. One person told me 1,000 rounds through this frame, all reliably. So take that for what it's worth. But y'all do y'all own testing to see if it's 100%, and then y'all carry it on y'all own say so. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the grips frame, this is definitely a cop. I'll definitely get another one. I might build another one after I finish this one, for real. The grips goes crazy. The price on the grips is about the same. No, it's not about the same. You can get this. Yeah, it's about the same as the PSA Dagger. You can get it without the internals for about maybe $20 more than the Dagger. The Dagger's going like at 50, 60. I think this is going maybe at like 70, 80 bones strip. So that's not a bad price either though. If you already got a Gen 3, you could just throw your lower parts in and you ready to rock. Minus the mag release. That's another good thing. This is a Gen 3 frame, but they gave us a Gen 4 mag release. And that's just a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. So yeah, grips definitely. I feel like I didn't give them enough praises, but I just told y'all what I like about them. This is definitely a cop though. Definitely a cop. Grips, man. What's next? What's next? What's next? Oh yeah. We gotta get that in there. All right, y'all. Next up, we got my personal favorite Glock clone on the market right now. Period. This is just my favorite. Sheesh, this is my Shadow Systems XR 920. And this is just, man, I don't got enough good things to say about this, bro, for real. The only thing I did different to this gun, well, I did two things. And really, both of them, I probably could have just did one and been good. But I changed out the connector for an Overwatch Precision minus connector. And then I changed out the striker spring for a Glock OEM striker spring. And that just made the break just feel a little bit lighter and I don't want to say crisper because it was already hella crisp. That wall was just heavy. It just made that wall a little bit lighter for real. But yeah, man, this is the XR 920 from Shadow Systems, a company out of Texas. They go crazy for real. I love this frame. They give you the features that all of these other ones give you, but the thing they did better to me, they gave us the option to have more back straps on here. So you can go from a 1911 grip angle to an M&P grip angle, and you can have it just like a Glock, just like I have it right now. I got the biggest back strap on there. And man, I just love the fit and finish of this gun. For real, bro. They really did their thing with the XR 920 with all the Shadow System guns. When you pick one of these up, you know you got something quality in your hands. The way they just did the fit. Look at this undercut. They just did it so perfect. The beaver tail, they rounded it so perfect. And not the shit on these, not the shit on like other frames, but like I said, look how they did their beaver tail compared to the SCT. Look how blocky that is. Don't get me wrong, I like the edgy look and all that, but if it's not comfortable to shoot, bro, then what's the point? Looking good is only half the battle, you know? So I just love that they did what they did on the comfort level while still giving us all the features we need to defend our life or whatever, you know? The grip texture on here is crazy. It's similar. I would say the grip texture on here is in between. It's like in between the P80 and the Dagger. The Dagger being less aggressive, the P80 being more aggressive. This is right in between both of them. Feels beautiful in the hand. The gas pedal on here, man, it's crazy. I love it. I don't like it as much as the Nomad 9 gas pedal. I think this has the best gas pedal, but the one on here is still exceptional. It's still gonna get the job done, most definitely. And this is the sexiest Glock clone that it is. I think that's really why I like it too. And everything they give you for the money. Now these is more expensive these would be more expensive than any other ones just because you can't get this as a strip frame. This is a complete pistol. You have to get it as a complete pistol, but they do have different models of this. So this would be the mid-tier model. They got a base model and then they got an elite series. This one is only going for like 900 bones. On most websites, about 900. So once you out the door, you gonna end up paying probably about a band. You know what I mean, out the door. But for everything they give you, I wouldn't argue with that because you can pick up a Glock, bro. You can get you an MOS Glock out here for 700 bones out the door. Damn near 700 bones out the door. 700 out the door, right? This is a band out the door. So that's a $300 difference. If you pick up a Glock and you got $300 left over, you still wouldn't be able to, you're not going to be able to get no grip stippling, do an undercut, do a gas pedal, buy you a mag well, get you some different slide cuts and a new coating, black nitride coating on here. You're not going to be able to do all of that and still be under $1,000. So that's why Shadow Systems, they just knew what they was doing when they came out with this. Like, they really knew what they was doing. I was finna get me another Glock. I was gonna get me a 19 Gen 5 and I was gonna get me a 47. Now, I'd rather have an MR920 and a DR920. Thanks to Shadow Systems. Most def. But yeah, the Shadow Systems, this gun, I have the most rounds through this gun out of all of my guns, man. This thing just runs. If y'all want to see a review on any of these guns, I'll leave all of my video reviews, the links in the description. I definitely got videos of this and I do that for y'all, man. But yeah, take my word for it. The XR 920, this is probably my top. This is number one. This is number one. I just love how this feels in the hand. How it recoils in my hand. How this thing looks, man. Just go crazy, bro. XR 920 definitely go crazy. But that's enough on that. We got to keep moving. Next up. Next up, we have the Glock Store GSX 100. Now, this frame is the only frame that I don't have enough rounds through this to really tell y'all that it's reliable. I really don't have enough rounds through this. But I do have a review on this. If y'all want to see that, it's going to be in the description. But this still is an improvement over a Glock, man. And to me, this is the closest looking to a Glock. Hold them side by side. You can see, matter of fact, I'll put them down. You can see they both have like the little, they version of the little gas pedal. It look exactly the same, actually. It's not until you really get down to the grip where they start changing. You can see the GSX 100, they gave us 360 wrap of grip tape. And the texture on here feels just like the Shadow Systems. The texture is just like the Shadow Systems. I think they did miss the mark by not putting the grip texture all the way up here. And when they released this frame, I don't know what it was that they really missed on promoting this frame, because it's not a lot of reviews out there on the GSX 100. And it's not a lot of, I don't think a lot of people really have this. I don't know why, but this is a nice frame. I never got slide bite with this, so they little, if you want to call that a beaver tail, it do what it's supposed to do. They did an undercut. It feels good. It feels slim. This feels slimmer to me in the hand. This feels slimmer than my XR 920. It definitely feels slimmer than a Glock. But this is definitely a good frame. I got to do more testing on this, but it don't have as much features as the other ones, but this is definitely still a cop. The GSX 100 going crazy, man. I like how this recoils in my hand, feels good to shoot, and all that. This is definitely a cop, though. Most definitely.